Hey friends, it's me, Dr. Missy Hillock, and I'm here with an energetic forecast for the week of August 2nd through 8th, Lionsgate 2026. So here we are, the beginning of August. We are officially on the other side of these cosmic alignments that I've been talking about now for a couple of months that were happening in June and July, and finally, as of yesterday, really have kind of made their completion. And what I'm speaking of specifically is this configuration within the cosmos called the Barbeau's basket, which includes four of our outer planets. It includes Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. And they're all aligning in this very rare, this very harmonious configuration, and kind of looks like a basket when you plot the astrology of it. And it is something that astrologers looking back hundreds of years have never seen on record before. And so this has been building all this year. Astrologers have been looking to this phase and predicting what this means. And actually, it was someone by the name of Barbeau who had predicted this alignment and also predicted things that would happen in 2020. Remember that year, the COVID year? And at that time, those planetary alignments were kind of the opposite of this. Consider this the energetic counterpart to what happened during COVID. Lots of tension, stress, clashing, lots of planets crowded together. And this is like the other side. It's the rebound, it's the healing, it's the expansion energy that comes from what came then as kind of a collapse of so much of our lifestyle and our world as we knew it. So here we are now, stepping into this amazing expansive phase. And it's not like we just snap our fingers and life is different, although that can certainly happen too. But this is something that will roll out over months with some of these alignments, and some won't complete for years. So we're talking about a transition phase that's quite long, that's going to include a rollout, right? It's not just we don't wake up necessarily and life is totally different. So with transition can come discomfort, there can be doubt, there can be so many things come up when we can't see the other side, right? And we don't see the full picture. And that's really so reflected in the message this week from the cards that I pulled. And the decks that I chose this week, I was feeling very starry, very cosmic. So all of my decks are related specifically to stars and star seeds to really dig into this energy. So let's see what's being shared here. The first deck that I chose is the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And first, when this card came out, I was like, no. But then seeing the whole reading and the energies that I myself are even personally feeling what's going on, I'm like, oh yeah, this is so on point. So the message here is wait. The card says it's not time yet. Things are being woven. And first of all, let's just look at the imagery. Here's a woman, and she's really like floating in the cosmos, and you see these energies, these stars, these planets, these things that are taking shape. They're being woven, they're getting into place, they're getting into alignment, and she's there sort of floating above, watching, hoping, even trying to anchor into this energy. And yet the card is saying wait. It's saying things are still transitioning, things are still happening, things are happening behind the scenes. And sometimes that's the best thing. I lived so long in my life thinking that I had to control and manipulate and force and orchestrate everything to happen. And I was so good at it, but man, did it burn me out. And that is, I think, part of what's in this message here is the reminder that when we let spirit put the details together, line things up for us, open the doors, close the doors, whatever that may be, it's so much easier, and it actually leads to our highest good rather than us thinking we have to force and control every outcome. So this is a great reminder that while we may be still, while we may not be seeing action being taken to bring to completion something that we're really trying to finalize or bring into fruition, something we're trying to receive, that doesn't mean there's not work going on. And I really liken this to, have you ever seen a street performer that takes out a canvas, a fresh canvas, starts slapping paint on, and you're watching and you're watching, and you're like, I don't really get what this is. And then all of a sudden at the end, the artist flips the canvas over, and then it's like someone's face, or it's this beautiful landscape. It's like all of a sudden you're like, whoa. now I get it. But during the whole process, you're like, what is going on here? I cannot make sense of this. So this is, again, what this energy is to me. It is this knowing that we could be right here in the present moment, and we could be in our head, we could be feeling our feels, the nervous system could be going haywire at what is or isn't happening that we would like to see happening or not happening. And yet, sometimes that could be so unnecessary when we can just be with what is and trust, really tuning into that divine trust that things are happening for us in the right time, in the right sequence, behind the scenes. Let spirit as the artist do the work and present to us the beautiful canvas. So the next deck that I pulled from is the Star Codes Astro Oracle, and 2 cards actually came out. So the first one that came out, card number 32, is Vesta, which represents Hearth. So from an astrological perspective, Vesta is actually an asteroid, but Vesta, the asteroid, is named after Vesta, the goddess, which represents hearth and home. So this would be literally your physical home. This would be your family, your relationship energetically to your home. And so what this tells me in relation to the weight card is there is something going on in your life right now. It's big, and it's related to your home, buying a home, selling a home, changing a home. It's related to something within your home. So family bonds, ties, decisions, something related to that we're speaking to specifically when it's talking about weight. And when I tell you this is so on point for what I'm going through right now, my husband and I are considering purchasing a new home, and therefore we're also considering selling a present home. We also have a business for sale. There's like 3 pieces of real estate involved right now in a potential transaction that we're making. And so when this came out, I was like, oh yeah, I get it. So also notice here in the imagery, this fireball, right? So this asteroid of fire, okay, that represents, when you think about the goddess Vesta, it was this idea that it's like the eternal flame. The fire keeps burning. So to me, this is a reminder that the fire still burns. There's still forward momentum, even if you're not forcing something forward, or you're in that waiting phase, you're in that not knowing phase. And so take that with the energy of the fire horse here and all this forward momentum that we're having, and know the 2 can go together. The fire can be burning, and there can also be some waiting. There can also be some things going on behind the scenes. And I love the continuation of the stars here into this card as well, but also this rainbow light, right? Rainbow light to me represents abundance. It represents creativity. It's like saying spirit is figuring out how to give us the best possible thing, and in the grandest possible way, if we just allow and trust. And then the second card that came out from the Star Codes deck is the card right behind it, card 33, and it's the South Node. So talking about the lunar South Node, which represents the past. So the lunar South Node in our chart represents our past in this lifetime. It can represent our past in other lifetimes. It can represent ancestral energies that we come into the body carrying. It can represent our karmic patterns. And oftentimes it's a call toward, and in this case, definitely, is a call toward noticing in this situation that's happening right now with the home or with the family, where there is still some karma to clear up here, where there's a pattern, where this is piquing you, it's triggering you, it's causing the nervous system to get a little tweaked and have maybe some dysregulation that's based on some old stuff. So where is this situation that you're dealing with now similar to something you dealt with before, that either this is a call to address differently, or maybe it's even a call to use some strength and some skills that maybe you carry from the past. It doesn't have to be just things you don't want to do, but a lot of times this karmic piece is moving through a lesson, an opportunity, seeing something differently and doing something differently in order to expand and sort of level up. So that is where this comes in here. And then the last deck I pulled from is the Kyle Gray deck, the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. I really wanted to bring in sort of some cosmic energy and some guidance as to how to be in this waiting pattern in relation to the home or the family and the situation that you're dealing with. And the card that came through, beautiful one for this message here, is the Sword of Light. And the card says divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. I have specifically been getting the term breakthrough many times over the last week. One of them was actually in a fortune cookie. It said, be prepared for a big breakthrough that's coming your way. So I love the synchronicity of seeing that word on this card. But look, just how these cards had this kind of cosmic continuation. Now we bring this card in and look at the continuation here of the fire and the rainbow light, right? This is the reminder that we are supported, we are guided, we are protected. We can access the guidance and protection and wisdom from our higher source, from angels, from our guides, and that this energy, this breakthrough energy and the cords cutting specifically relate to karma, right? Specifically relates to this cord. We can harness our wisdom, our guidance, our strength, our ability to see where something didn't work for us or see a point of pain that we used to carry and be ready to break through that, be ready to shift out of that old pattern, that old wounding, that old response that we did that didn't work for us so well, and really kind of level up and open our heart, open our mind, step into a deeper level of self-love and worthiness and courage and all these things to really clear the density, right? The cord cutting is also about clearing dense energies, fear, doubt, unworthiness, grief, stagnancy, right? Worry. And so this is calling in this sword of light to help us kind of blast through. This is saying the reason we've been waiting is because things are aligning and there's still a little bit of energy to clear through in order for the door to fully open and the path to fully reveal itself so we can step right through, walk right through with an open heart and open arms. So I really hope this message serves you this week, knowing that the last day of our week is August 8th, which is the Lion's Gate, huge energetic portal that comes around every year, once a year, of course, 8-8. Think about 8 as the infinity symbol. 8 also represents in numerology abundance and expansion. So I really feel like this wait card is just like days. It's not a long wait, but it is this reminder to be in trust and allow things to unfold. Allow this Lion's Gate to open at the end of the week as we move through and clear some of this old energy and karma so that we can roar right through that gate, through that open door. And that's my wish for you. Friends, if you never want to miss one of these messages, please follow my YouTube channel here. You can also sign up for my mailing list. The information for that is in the description here as well, where you'll get some tips and reminders and all kinds of goodies right in your inbox each week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, friends.